Can I pretend to be you?
You want to start it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hey guys, we're back with podcast number 14.
She's doing an impression of me. Is that actually supposed to be me?
I try my
Is that
best.
what I talk like?
You definitely sound a lot better than that.
Man, well.
No.
Okay, she's Justin, I'm Jesse, and we welcome you to podcast number 14. No, actually, I'm Justin, she's Jesse, but
It could have worked all the way.
our parents, who are probably the only people watching this, they know our names, so we don't have to explain, but this is week number 14. I don't even know what that is in Spanish. I don't even know why we began trying to count them in Spanish, but I think Jesse's thinking here.
14.
Really?
I'm probably saying it wrong. But
Okay, well, that. So week 14, what's been going on since we talked to you last?
Well, my summer semester ended, so I've been fishing and swimming a lot, and Lalo peed on me today.
Go ahead and please explain why your 3-year-old son peed on you.
He pees on everything. I mean, he loves to pee on
Did he
stuff.
cock his leg and pee?
Well, this is what happened. We were standing beside a pond, and he said, "Mommy, I want to pee in the water," but I know he'll fall in, so I was like, "No, Lalo," but I was fishing. I wasn't paying no attention. Next thing I know, I felt something warm on the back of my leg, and I turn around. He's peeing on me. I mean, that's what I get. I should just let him pee in the water.
Did you roll up a newspaper and teach him not to do this?
No, but I did rub his nose in it.
Okay, good, because they're not gonna learn. They're not gonna learn unless you know, they learn by action.
Yeah, well.
Well, we're in week 14. Joey couldn't be here tonight, so and the phone thing we're not doing the phone this time because I don't know. I was getting a lot of feedback that you guys were having trouble hearing the phone, and not just Joey, but I mean when we have phone-in guests, I get that it's hard to hear them, and I know there's a lot of huns and whats and
Huh?
So. Exactly. We're not even on the phone and she can't understand me. So, we'll try to do more like in-studio guest appearances instead of the phone. I mean, if we get somebody famous, they can call us on whatever.
If you're famous, please call us.
Yeah, because we'd love to have you on the podcast. But, okay, so I was telling Jesse before the podcast, and we usually have a no phone rule, but being that these are on my phone, I kind of have to use my phone here. But some like freaky stuff. I saw this on the Doomsday Preppers Facebook, and then it was on Gawker.com. What? These are things that have actually happened.
There's actually a Doomsday Prepper Facebook. Prepper? Is that right?
Are you that behind? Has being a mommy put you that far behind in the world that you're just now hearing of Doomsday Preppers? I mean, they're like a big thing. They have. Joey watches them. I mean, I've watched them some. Is
it a TV show or
Yeah.
is it a Facebook page?
It's a TV show, and then they actually have a Facebook page for the TV show. Like they show you how to prepare not just zombie apocalypse, but how to prepare.
Well, I hope so, or else it would be completely pointless.
See, that's the thing. When you have become a parent, you get behind on everything.
I'm not going to be ready when the zombie apocalypse comes, but I think I will because I have a lot of zombie apocalypse dreams, which I had one last night, and there's only been like 2 where I wasn't prepared. Anyway, go ahead. I need to know what's going on in the world.
I cannot believe you have never heard of Doomsday Preppers. No, it's an actual show. It's a lot of people watch it. I enjoy it. I don't watch it religiously, but okay. So these are things that actually happened. Doomsday Preppers, they shared the link today. They didn't write this. It actually is on Gawker.com. Hope I'm giving all the right credit there. I don't want someone thinking we're taking their work. But okay, so today here are some crazy things that happened. Number 1, the New York City subway system suffered an atrocious commute today, with some trains being inexplicably. All right. Get it together. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, ready? How do you say this word? Inexplicably? I said it right the first time I said it.
Inexplicably?
Inexplicably stranded in stations for long periods of time. And then we've got also today, United Airlines was forced to ground all of its flights after its computer system mysteriously stopped working. The New York Stock Exchange suspended trading today after its computerized trading system mysteriously stopped working. Immediately after the Wall Street Journal's website mysteriously also stopped working. More than 2,500 people in D.C. mysteriously lost power as well. So there's some weird stuff happening around the East Coast.
Okay, well,
I was
this
going to
is
say around the world, but this really wasn't a world thing. It was a United States thing.
this is easily explained.
Explain it.
Mercury is in retrograde. I don't know if it is for sure, but that's just what I gathered from all of this. You should look it up and see if Mercury's in retrograde.
Explain, because I don't know what Mercury is.
I don't really know what it means.
That sounds like a band.
It's like when Mercury lines up with something another, then all electronics go haywire and your whole life kind of gets off balance. Every time, I swear, every time I'm having like a terrible day where everything's going wrong, you like run into everything, you spill everything, I'm always like, Mercury's in retrograde, and I Google it and it always is. So.
Well, maybe that's happening, and maybe it messes with the electricity in our brains.
Yeah, well, I'm about to look it up. Okay, yeah, it's not in retrograde right now.
Okay, but well, before we change subjects, what does that bother? Does that scare you at all? Do you think?
Yes, it scares me.
You seem a lot more panicked now that Mercury isn't
not in retrograde.
It
does scare me, I guess, but then again, what could be causing all of this? It could be hackers.
Probably, because it was a lot of computer. I mean, like the common phrase there was computers mysteriously went down.
Maybe the people who are on the doomsday preppers are really smart and they're the hackers and they just did it so they had something to talk about.
It's a good point.
She's a turning.
But okay, moving away from that. So Jesse and I were talking earlier and discovered something. I'm sure if you don't live under a rock, you've at least heard of Taylor Swift's music video for Bad Blood, and it has a lot of celebrities. And I heard off of YouTube a cool reason why she had all the celebrities in there, but I'll get that in a minute. But so that is if you didn't know, I didn't until I looked it up. That is an obvious bash at Katy Perry, because Taylor Swift and Katy Perry don't get along, like at all. Like they don't like each other. They used to be friends, hence the song "We Used to Be Mad Love," and now they got Bad Blood. But so now they don't like each other, and they've had their issues mainly because you didn't know they didn't like each other before I told you.
I didn't even know about this video.
Basically, it has to do with, you can look up the main, like all of the whole thing, but it has to do basically with the fact that Taylor Swift dated John Mayer, and then, I don't know why I looked this up. Normally I read like sports and stuff, I promise. I don't know how I got on this. But I don't know how I got on this today. I really don't. It's one of those weird parts of YouTube where, like I said, 1 minute you're watching a music video and the next thing you're learning how to groom a giraffe. I don't know how I wound up on this.
Your standard information.
Yeah, everybody needs to know how to do that. But anyways, it was like, so basically Taylor Swift and John Mayer dated, then 2 years later Katy Perry dated him. So she hates her now for dating her ex of 2 years ago. And then Katy Perry had some backup dancers that were touring with Taylor Swift. That they were Katy Perry's backup dancers, but they were off from Katy Perry's tour. So they were with Taylor Swift. Well, once Katy Perry went back on tour, they left Taylor Swift to go back with Katy Perry because that's who they normally tour with. And Taylor Swift, that just set it over the edge for Taylor. So now,
she shouldn't have taken her backup dancers in the first place.
Right. Taylor shouldn't have taken Katie's.
I love Taylor Swift. Let me stop.
No, I mean you gotta find valid points. Just
okay.
I love. There's plenty of people that I love, but they say and do things that are really stupid.
Yeah, like me.
No, I'm talking. No, I mean, but so I was on. I like Katy Perry. Jesse likes Taylor Swift, so we found out that we actually don't agree on that. She's team Taylor Swift. I'm team Katy Perry.
She's Swizzle for life.
So yeah, we are opposing each other when it comes to the celebrity support, and I can't believe we're having this conversation. I swear to you, look, this is a station that I work in. This is my studio, and look, here is a 1991-92 Duke National Champions thing. I promise I don't just sit around and watch
What
stuff.
You guys don't know is that he has a poster of Britney Spears behind the camera.
But I will never turn you around.
Just kidding.
No, but so I saw that, and I don't. She doesn't like Katy Perry because Katy Perry married Russell Brand.
Look, my plan before I actually had a kid was to have a kid and always talk to him in an English accent, so that way I could tell him his dad was Russell Brand.
Then he would end up like Neil Patrick Harris on How I Met Your Mother. Did you see that portion?
Did he have like a black dad or something? I don't know.
No, that was, well, actually, he thought he did. His mom never told, him that, he never met his dad or whatever. But no, he had a brother. He had a black brother, but he thought his dad was black. Before that, his mother had always told him, like, he was sitting in front of the TV and he was like, who's my dad? And she was like, I don't know, that guy. And Bob Barker was on TV.
What?
So he thought Bob Barker from The Price is Right was his dad his whole life. So that would be your kid's deal. Your kid will wander through life thinking Russell Brand was his dad.
That would be awesome.
I really like Russell Brand. He's hilarious and he's great. With that said, he is a gigantic douchebag.
I love gigantic douchebags.
Keeps you fresh.
My type.
But yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, you gotta be you gotta be quick on your feet.
Took me a second
to win this podcast game. I didn't know that there was a game, but still. Yeah, and we've been slacking. If you view us on Clamor, there are more podcasts than this one that I hadn't got a chance to put on there. I needed to say that.
I'm sorry. Joke is still keeps you fresh. It's still funny to me. Yeah.
Don't you love it when you crack a joke and it just keeps someone laughing for minutes afterwards?
Yeah. Usually I'm the only one. I'll make a funny joke. Well, I think it's funny. And then I laugh about it for like 10 minutes.
Then it's just you.
And the fact that nobody else is laughing makes me laugh even harder. And then I just look like a crackhead.
But typically I put clips from each podcast on Clamor. So if you're listening to this from Clamor, I'll even put this part in Clamor. Go to our YouTube channel because I know some folks probably you watch the podcast with the Watch More link, but go to our YouTube account. There are a few that I didn't put on Clamor because I was really busy with my main job and didn't get a chance to put it up there. And we need to get that view count up because they're like the lowest views that we have. So go watch it and pretend. If you pretend hard enough that we're funny, at some point you'll laugh.
At some point.
I find myself doing that.
We should just bring Layla on here. He's the funniest kid I've ever met in my life.
I'm not. Your kid's not coming here. He pees on his mama. Imagine what he would do to this stuff.
He probably would try and pee on all of this stuff, especially in these cups right here.
Look, I've got a newspaper in the back. I'm going to roll it up for you, nice and tight. I'm going to give it to you before you leave, and then I want you to tell me next podcast how it worked.
I could just bring a pee pad in for him.
You can bring him in, but I want you to keep him in his crate.
Okay.
While he's
That
here.
is a fair trade.
Right. Okay.
I'll make sure to use the big crate so he doesn't.
Yeah, I've seen you put him in that little crate.
Yeah.
He's honestly too big for that.
The traveling crate.
Yeah.
It straps easily in the back seat, so.
I wonder if they let you put that in the overhead compartment.
I've done that once.
Really?
And I got pulled over, but they just gave me a warning.
Oh. Yeah, so bring him in this crate and, and if you can't get him here and you just have to take him to the kennel, that's fine.
All right.
God, I bet you people are going to watch this and go, dude, people from Virginia are screwed up. They keep their kids in cages.
What?
But no, we really do rub when your kid pees and here in Virginia, when your kid pees on something, you rub their nose in it and you smack them with a rolled up newspaper.
Yeah. It's the only way they learn.
Right. God bless America.
It's obviously working for Layla.
Yeah. No. I don't think that I want kids. I do. I want two, but I have a feeling I'm going to end up having more.
I thought you were going to say 0.
No, well, I don't know. If I don't get my act together, that might be the case too. But I just don't know if I have the patience to be peed on.
I'm not sure that
I feel like I would have, like, if my kid peed on me,
you're definitely going to get peed in the face at least once.
When they're little, and it's something they don't. But when they're 3, if my son cocked a leg and started peeing on me, I believe a little bastard will be swimming back to shore.
I did tell him I was going to throw him in the pond.
Did you?
I told him the sharks are going to get him.
You've probably scarred him. Let me tell you how stories scar you for life, okay? My Nana, God rest her soul, one of my favorite people that ever existed. When I was in the YMCA one time, it was a birthday party or something, and there was this like big vent under the water, and it was getting late, and she was like, you better get out of the pool before the shark comes out. And I was like, there's no sharks in the pool. She said, there's one behind that vent. They let him go every night so that people won't break in and swim in the pool.
What?
And so now, not now is bad, but on up until my teens, I can remember swimming in pools and always watching my back.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was going to be a shark there on guard duty. So
Yep, that's actually a pretty good idea.
it didn't scar me. See, some people would be like, oh, that's so horrible. It didn't scar me in the sense of, I get in pools fine. But for a while there,
Yeah.
I didn't trust any body of water.
It's still in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Just like ghost stories are with me. You scar me every time I see you.
I do?
Yeah, because you always talk about ghost stuff.
I love paranormal stuff. Like, I could have an entire podcast of nothing but paranormal nature.
I wouldn't be on it.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, you would. I want to do 2 different podcasts, but we'd have to find, the people and to get it all and all of that. I would love to have a paranormal podcast in addition to this one. I like to have this as like the weekly, just free for all. Just talk about whatever, BS, whatever. But I would like to have a paranormal podcast just to talk about ghosts, aliens, demons, all kinds of freaky stuff. And then I would like to have a podcast kind of in conjunction with that. I love survival horror video games. She hates anything scary. So it would be hilarious to watch her play scary video games. Like on a computer, headphones, room dark. It would be funny.
I'll do it for the sake of entertainment.
And I yell a lot, too, when I play them, but my voice is just deeper. So when I yell, it kind of feels like you're being disciplined. When she yells, it's,
What is it?
Well, it's just funny.
Is that why Lilo doesn't take me serious? Because when I yell, it's just funny.
How do you yell at him?
I usually
We're alone in the studio. Give me a Lilo yell.
Lilo! I actually do that
Is that actually how you say it?
Yeah.
Lilo! Lilo!
I can't sound mean.
He probably thinks that you are BSing him.
I know he thinks
Lilo!
that because it's like...
Lilo! If you were like, Dutton, I'd be like,
Dutton!
Jesse.
Don't be on me!
Right.
Well, okay. I'm not a mean person most of the time.
Right. But you got to pull that out of you to be authoritative.
It's like, this is literally me when I'm... All right, say he's smacking me in the face or something. Smack me in the face. Not hard. You're Laylo. Laylo, don't smack me.
I couldn't take you serious.
And I'll be like
it's just different demeanors. Like, I'm a very happy person, but I feel like if a kid was smacking me in the face, it would instantly go from to, don't you do that again. Don't you do that again. And it would probably freak him out.
I just can't be mean. And that's why it's so bad, because every time I try to be mean to him, even if he deserves it, I can't stop laughing. Because it's weird that I'm being mean to someone, especially a little kid, You're not being mean, you're being authoritative. I'm terrible at being authoritative.
Well, you're going to have to get yourself good at being authoritative. I don't believe in that you have to be like a super mean parent or anything, because I definitely think you'll catch a lot more bees with honey than vinegar. You know the old saying. You can get a lot more done with positive reinforcement than you can constantly yelling and all of that. It's kind of like a crossroads. You can, a lot of yelling and stuff, and you can raise them, it's just different ways, people come up. But sometimes you've got to take that nice part of you and just throw it to the side, and you got to bring out Mecha Jesse, which is your giant Japanese robot version, your evil.
Kind of like in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That, and kind of like South Park with Mecha Streisand, just this big, scary robot version of yourself. Basically, it's you're like Godzilla. Right now, you're still bigger than him. You got to let the little squirt know.
Man, I think it's too late for me. Plus, it's like I'm a single parent, so I feel like there's a fine line between him respecting me and him hating me forever. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't want to be the bad person, but I have to be.
Sometimes you have to be the bad person to be the parent. Sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to be, and that's, I do believe in that. And I don't have kids, so I really don't have room to talk. But I know a lot of people with kids, and I know a lot. And I really do believe in the thing where you have to draw the line. You can be their friend to an extent, but first and foremost, you're their parent, and then you're their friend. You're their parent. You're there to guide them, to show them right from wrong, to cut steak for them, as I'm doing with this motion, into little pieces so they don't choke.
Yeah.
But, first of all, you're a parent, and then second, you're a friend. Like, you tell your kid, you could talk to me about anything, and I would tell my kids that, the cliche thing, but I would mean it. If you come to me with something you've done wrong, you're still going to get in trouble, but it will be way, way less severe if you just come to me about it and say, look, I screwed up. But then I feel like sometimes they would take advantage of it and be like, hey, Mom.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Got caught with a joint. Next day, it's like, I killed that neighbor kid. He was annoying me. And then you're just like, well, damn it. I can't punish him severely because I promised. Okay, I'm not going to call the cops, but you're not going to be able to ride your four-wheeler for like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That sounds like a fair punishment.
But I do feel like you have to, like, you've got to be a parent first and then a friend second, because they'll have plenty of friends. There's plenty of people out in this world to be your kid's friend.
But I want Layla to be my best friend because he's cool.
But you got to know
he's a cool kid.
He's a boy. At some point, he's gonna grow up and go chasing other girls, and next thing you know, you're gonna be like Norma Bates.
I don't know what that is.
We have got to get you on your show game.
I want to watch Orange is the New Black, but it's not on demand right now for some reason.
It's usually a Netflix original.
Well, I think like you have to pay to watch it on demand right now, which I'm not gonna do.
What is demand?
It's a Comcast. You have on demand where you can watch all your favorite shows and things and movies, but
that's not on there.
You gotta pay for it. Now back to Dr. Phil.
No, wait. Norma Bates basically, which it's confusing. You got to watch the show, but more or less, I'm saying that you're going to be one of those moms that just can't let your son go. He'll be like, "Mom, I'm going out with blah 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 tonight." No, you're not going out with those girls. With you. God, then you're going to be that mom. They're riding in a convertible, all these girls and stuff, and then it's going to be like, "Why'd you bring your mom?
The funny thing,
let me go."
All the Old Spice commercials, with the mothers. And they're singing songs about that.
That's definitely going to be you.
That's true life. I don't know yet, but I'm just assuming.
I mean, and your friends have little girls that he's going to be around a lot. So, I mean, he's going to start.
All of my friends have little girls.
Right. He's going to be like the village pimp.
We were at the lake the other day. I don't know if I told you this. We were at the lake, and he tried to follow this group of teenage girls out past the swimming area, and I wouldn't let him go, obviously.
See, you were being a parent. Good job. That's being a parent first, friend second. Continue.
And this is what he said to me. But I want to play with the ladies. How do you even know what ladies are?
Play on.
I don't know where he gets these things. It cracked me up, though.
But that's really, that's awesome that he's being so pimptastic at such a young age. But I'm proud of you. You were a mom first.
What am I going to do? Let him go out into the open ocean?
I mean, a friend would, yeah.
Where the Volkswagen-sized catfish are so they can eat them like a little piece of...
Yeah, a friend would have done that, but a mother would not. Cameron, who I would love to get back on the podcast, but go figure, he's on the podcast. He did a good job. A lot of people liked him and enjoyed him, and then he started working every Wednesday.
Well, I liked him on here.
But, he's a great friend, but I bet you he would let me swim wherever I damn well please, My mom, however... would be like, don't go out that far. Come back.
Okay. I guess I'm a good mom sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well,
sometimes I can be motherly.
No,
I don't know.
You're a good mom overall because you spend a lot of time, like literally other than work, and this is like the only time you're away from your kids. So, you're a good mom because some moms can't say that. Because people share too much drama on Facebook, I see lots of moms that don't. When you're thinking, doesn't she have it's sad when you have to look at someone and go, don't she have kids? Because you can't find anything on their Facebook.
Yeah.
And they're always out, their pictures are always partying. It's like a Tuesday night and they're at the bar with a bunch of people and you're like, where's your kid? Don't you have a kid? So no, you're doing a good mom thing.
Okay.
You just have to take your momness to the next level. Right now you're mom.
I can't be serious with him.
You've got to be. Practice with me. Practice with me, okay? All right. Let's see. I got to do something to... Hold on. Okay. So... Hi there. Okay. So you're watching TV. There's the camera's the TV. So just be watching TV. It's Orange is the New Black. You're finally getting to watch it, and you're super excited. And bam, kid just hits you out of nowhere. Keep watching. So you ignore it. You're trying to be a good mom. You're trying to be a friend. Are you still watching? Bam. How hard is it to watch TV? Right.
So hard.
How annoying is that?
It's annoying.
As crap. So, do you want your kid out doing that to other people?
No!
Right. So, keep watching. You're entertained. This is the last straw. This is the final. Bam! I didn't say beat your kid. Damn, Jesse, take it down a level.
All right, what am I doing? I don't know what to do at this point.
Oh, well, you have to figure it out because bam!
Do I spank him? Do I do it back at him? What do I do?
That was good. Yeah, they're doing it back at him. Yeah, you show him how annoying it is. You do. Give me your mom. The whole gist of that was give me your stern mommy voice. Give me that back.
I can't because every time I try to do it,
I have to hit you in the face with this first, or it doesn't count. And I just kind of like throwing things at you.
This is just going to make me laugh.
All right.
Like I do in real life.
You're getting irritated because we only have a minute and a half left, and I'm spending our time throwing crap at your face. You're irritated. Get mad. I've never seen you get mad. So get mad. Get mad.
I'm just scared you're going to throw stuff at me now.
I'm not. Get mad. Get mad. You're angry. Bam. All right. There you go. Stern. Yes. Mother.
Stop. Throwing stuff at me. I can't do it. And that's when he's like, I want to hug and kiss you.
That's when you put this part of your hand, right? You put it on his forehead and you push him back on the couch and you say, Mommy said. All right, so we were just talking a little while ago in the podcast about lights going out and computers shutting down. Everything in this station just went off the air. The radio's off the air. The computers went off. The power went off. Jesse's spazzing out. Oh, my God. I don't know exactly what's happening here, but I'm completely full of crap. We kind of forgot to delete last week and the week before's off of the memory card. So we ran out of storage, and she's probably making faces.
No, I'm not.
But good or bad for you, depending on how much you're enjoying this podcast. It's not much time left, so it's going to be just audio from here on out. So we take you now back to conversations about parenthood. Sit down.
He doesn't take me serious. I can do anything to him. He doesn't take me serious.
I say all of this crap, and then when I have a kid, I'm going to have like the biggest spoiled brat ever. Because they're going to be like, you should whoop your kid. Like, and I'm going to be like, I can't.
You see other people in public, and you're like, if my kid was doing that, I would da-da-da-da-da. And then you have a kid, and all that stuff goes out the door.
Yeah, realistically, I'm just talking shit. Because I don't have any kids, and I don't, I'm just having fun with it. I know that it's completely different when you have a kid. It's easy to sit back and judge and go, well, she should whoop him, or she should do this, or she should do that. But I do stand firm on my mom first, friend second. But other than that, it is harder to say, it's easier to think I could do that. I would just whoop him for that. And then your kid's going to grow up to be perfect. But, all kids are different. And so I know it takes a lot more. But repeat after me. Mom first.
Mom first.
Mom. Say it together.
Mom first. Friend second.
Don't be that mom that when when he's got friends coming over at 15 and 16, you're out there smoking joints with his friends and stuff. Don't be that mom.
But I want to be that mom.
You need to be.
What if they're smoking crack? Can I do that with them?
No. You don't let that happen.
But I want to be the first person Lila smokes crack with.
Well, you need to let him reach age.
I'm just playing, y'all. I don't do any drugs.
Not at all. That I know of. Do I need to start drug testing you?
No.
I don't pay you, but I'm kind of your employer, so drug test.
Nah.
No, but, I know it's harder to...
It's definitely... I mean, I feel like my kid... Everybody's kid's different. But Laylo is just so headstrong, hard-headed... He's a trip.
He gets it from you, probably.
I know he does, and his dad. Both of us. We were doomed from the start. I don't know what we were thinking.
Hard-headed people.
I know what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
He looks good. I'm going to have a baby with him. I honestly did tell my mom that. I said, I'm going to woo him over so I can have his babies. Because Layla's dad is super tan, and I like that. I got pregnant like a month later. You got to be careful what you wish for. No, but...
All right, well, we're running out of time. It's time to wrap up before the camera cuts off on us. Before we go, I guess don't forget to like us on Facebook. And it's hard for us to get things on Facebook out because Facebook now, if it knows you're a business or an organization, it tries to limit who sees what so that you'll pay to post, which I guess we're eventually going to have to do because it really is only like $10, $20. But nonetheless, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also if you have any ideas for subjects or you even want to be a guest on here, just give us a shout. All three of you mean a lot to us, and we really want to keep you part of this show.
Last week we had 4. We're down to 3 now?
We pissed somebody off. I won't even get into it.
All right.
I'm sorry, Bobby. But no, so that wraps it up for podcast number 14. You got anything else to say?
Holla! Ain't no stopping me. Copywritten, so don't copy me. I don't know the rest of the words.
That's Missy Elliott, ain't it?
Yep.
Well, we leave you with Missy Elliott, and I'm Justin.
I'm Jessie.
Deuces.